The concept of ancient Greek city-states, or poleis, serves as a foundation for understanding the rich tapestry of political intrigue that characterizes Greek civilization. City-states were essentially independent, self-governing entities, each centered around a major city and its surrounding territory. They often varied widely in terms of size, government, and culture, providing a unique mosaic of political diversity within a relatively small geographic region. The city-state structure allowed for a multitude of political arrangements, from democracy in Athens to oligarchy in Sparta, setting the stage for complex interactions both within and between these entities. The significance of city-states in the context of political intrigue cannot be overstated. The autonomy of each poleis fostered an environment ripe for political maneuvering, alliances, and conflicts. This diversity spurred competition and occasionally cooperation, influencing the development of political thought, military strategy, and diplomacy. The contrasts between city-states also offered a fertile ground for narratives of human ambition, governance, and civic identity, deeply impacting the political and philosophical landscapes of the ancient world and beyond. Two notable examples illustrate these dynamics. First, the rivalry between Athens and Sparta, often epitomized by the Peloponnesian War, underscores how differing governmental systems and strategic interests fueled prolonged conflict. This war not only showcased military might but also diplomatic strategies and ideological battles, as Athens promoted its democratic ideals against Spartan oligarchic pragmatism. Second, the Delian League represents how Athens, through alliances, sought to extend its influence over other Greek city-states, leveraging collective defense and shared resources for political gain. Yet, the independence of city-states was not without challenges and controversies. While some argue that this structure led to a flourishing of unique cultures and ideas, critics highlight the frequent wars and instability resulting from the lack of a unifying political structure. Additionally, the autonomy of poleis sometimes led to internal strife, as seen in Athens' internal political struggles between different factions, such as democrats and oligarchs. This system of city-states directly influences other aspects of ancient Greek political intrigue by fueling rivalries, shaping diplomatic relations, and fostering a climate of both innovation and conflict. The lessons drawn from this fragmentation and diversity continue to resonate, offering insights into the inherent complexities of political organization and the perennial challenges of balancing local interests with broader unity, a theme as relevant today as in ancient times. The role of geography in the political development of ancient Greek city-states is a fundamental aspect that shaped the very fabric of their societal and political structures. Due to Greece's mountainous terrain and fragmented landscape, the region was divided into isolated pockets, leading to the emergence of independent city-states known as poleis, each with its own government, culture, and political intrigues. This geographical distribution fostered a spirit of competition and rivalry, as well as innovation in governance, making it a key factor in the political narratives of ancient Greece. The significance of geography in political development is profound. It laid the groundwork for the distinct political systems and alliances, as visible through the varied forms of governance, from the democracy of Athens to the militaristic oligarchy of Sparta. These differences often led to intense rivalries, exemplified in conflicts such as the Peloponnesian War, a direct consequence of geographical and political friction. One specific example of geography influencing political development is Athens, located near the sea, which became a powerful maritime power with a robust economy based on trade. This access to the sea allowed Athens to create a formidable navy and establish the Delian League, an influential alliance of Greek city-states. Conversely, Sparta, landlocked and surrounded by fertile plains, focused on military strength and agrarian self-sufficiency, forging the Peloponnesian League with like-minded states. Opinions supporting the influence of geography suggest that these natural barriers and resource distributions compelled city-states to look inward and develop unique systems and cultures, increasing their diversity. Nonetheless, challenges and controversies arise with this view, as some historians argue that geographical determinism oversimplifies the complexity of political evolution. Human agency and cultural exchanges also played significant roles, and external threats, like the Persian invasions, sometimes united these city-states temporarily, transcending geographic constraints. Geographic factors intimately connect with other aspects of ancient Greek political intrigues by dictating the economic resources available scale and shaping the foreign policies of the city-states. These geographical disparities led to alliances and hostilities that fueled the diplomatic and military tactics we associate with Greek political history. In conclusion, while geography is not the sole determinant of political development, its role as a facilitator and barrier significantly influenced the political landscapes, alliances, and rivalries of ancient Greek city-states, offering a vital lens through which to understand their political intrigues. The concept of key political structures and governance models, in the context of ancient Greek city-states, refers to the organized frameworks and systems through which these states were governed. In ancient Greece, the political landscape was incredibly diverse, with each city-state, or poleis, possessing its own governance model. The most notable among these were democracy, oligarchy, and tyranny. Each of these models played a critical role in shaping the political developments and intrigues of the era. The significance of these political structures lies in their profound influence on the social dynamics, strategies, and alliances of the Greek city-states. Democracy, famously practiced in Athens, was revolutionary for its time and emphasized participation of free male citizens in decision-making. This governance model laid the groundwork for modern democratic systems. In contrast, Sparta operated under an oligarchy, where power was concentrated in the hands of a few. This allowed for a rigid and militaristic society, which was reflected in their societal values and external relations. Two concrete examples illustrate these points. Athens, under the leadership of Pericles, thrived culturally and economically through its democratic governance, which encouraged public discourse and civic participation. This not only fostered a strong sense of community, but also led to Athens becoming a cultural and intellectual hub. On the other hand, Sparta's oligarchic model ensured a powerful military, which played a crucial role during the Peloponnesian War. Their societal structure allowed for a single-minded focus on military excellence, influencing their diplomatic and economic policies. Many historians and political theorists argue that these ancient governance models were foundational to Western political thought. Democracy in Athens is often lauded for its direct approach, although it was only accessible to a limited group, excluding women, slaves, and non-citizens. This exclusivity presents a significant criticism, challenging the idealized view of Athenian democracy. These governance models were not without controversy, and their effectiveness varied based on external and internal pressures. For instance, Athens struggled with internal strife that sometimes led to the temporary suspension of democratic principles during crises, known as the practice of ostracism. In Sparta, the rigid adherence to oligarchic rule sometimes stifled innovation and adaptability. The interaction and competition between these governance models led to rich political intrigue. They influenced alliances, conflicts, and the balance of power among Greek city-states. Understanding these models helps explain the broader political landscape of ancient Greece and provides insights into the successes and failures of different governance approaches, which resonate in modern political discourse and development. Rivalries and alliances among city-states were fundamental aspects of the political landscape in ancient Greece. This complex interplay of competition and cooperation shaped not only the internal dynamics of individual city-states but also the broader geopolitical environment of the region. In essence, this topic refers to the fluctuating relationships between city-states like Athens, Sparta, Thebes, and Corinth, which often alternated between fierce rivalry and strategic partnership. The significance of these rivalries and alliances is profound as they played a critical role in shaping Greek history and politics. The alliances, formed through treaties or informal agreements, allowed city-states to secure military and economic advantages. Conversely, rivalries often led to wars that dramatically influenced the balance of power in the Greek world. Understanding these dynamics is essential for comprehending the political intrigues of ancient Greece, reflecting both the cooperative and combative nature of Greek diplomacy. One notable example of city-state alliances is the Delian League, led by Athens. Formed in the 5th century BCE, the league was initially created to defend against Persian aggression. However, as Athens grew more powerful, the league became an instrument of Athenian imperialism, leading to tensions with other Greek city-states and contributing to the Peloponnesian War. Another example is the Peloponnesian League, led by Sparta, which stood as a counterbalance to Athenian influence and power. This rivalry culminated in the Peloponnesian War, underscoring how alliances could quickly transform into enmities and lead to widespread conflict. Opinions on these alliances and their effects vary. Some historians argue that these partnerships were essential for collective security and regional stability, while others contend they often intensified conflicts and perpetuated cycles of retaliation. Critics might highlight how alliances were sometimes leveraged for dominance rather than mutual benefit, leading to ethical concerns about hegemony and oppression. The challenges associated with these rivalries and alliances include the ever-present risk of betrayal and the temporary nature of such agreements. City-states had to navigate a precarious political landscape, where today's ally could become tomorrow's rival. Additionally, the shifting nature of allegiances could lead to internal strife, as seen in the repeated instances of civil conflict within city-states. In conclusion, the rivalries and alliances of ancient Greek city-states were intricately connected to other aspects of Greek politics, such as diplomacy, warfare, and internal governance. They influenced the cultural and historical development of ancient Greece, leaving a legacy that shaped Western political thought and highlighted the complexities of human interaction in the pursuit of power and security.